Welcome to the Since Forever show.
Where culture is carried, not created.
Real conversations and real stories.
Old values, same code.
Because the ones that actually matter
Last since forever.
I'm Haley Queen.
And I'm Jimmy Queen. And this is episode 2 of the Since Forever show. We got a special guest on today. First guest ever. Had to bring out the local legend, Jared from Dirty Heads. If you guys don't know, now you know.
You're blowing it if you don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to introduce myself. Like,
introduce yourself.
Yeah.
I'm Jared Watson. There we go. These are the queens.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
I thought this was the first episode. This is the first episode with
First
a guest.
real episode.
First
All right,
episode
cool.
of a guest.
We did a little introduction, backstory telling.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And like I said, when this is massive
Yeah.
and everybody calls you Jimmy Queen, you know, both name basis, then you can bring me back on.
Dude, it's funny how that happens. Like the 2-name deal. Like when I meet
I feel
people,
like you're a very 2-name guy.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
already
I get the full name.
Yeah. Jimmy
It's-
Queen.
It feels good.
It just
you know?
goes.
Yeah. The best is, I don't know, like when people come up to you, but like you introduce yourself because that's the right thing to do.
Right.
And they're like, no, I know. But you're like,
Yeah,
well,
we'll be out but we're at Tyler Childers' concert and everyone's like, Jimmy Queen came up to him. He's like, I'm Jimmy Queen. I'm like, babe, they know.
Yeah, but still.
But still,
you gotta,
right?
it is an awkward thing when
guess.
somebody says you know, and you're like, well, you gotta just being an
like,
adult.
I'm so-and-so.
Yeah.
still got to introduce
Just play
myself.
into it. Yeah.
Dude, so singer of Dirty Heads.
Yes, sir.
You said 25 years the band's been together.
This is about our 25th year. Yeah. This is our either 24 or 25. I think next year might be 25.
I can't
That's
wait to know all the
absolutely
things.
insane, dude.
It went quick.
Yeah.
It
And
went
especially
quick.
in the industry you're in, I feel like what a success story that is in itself. Like 25 years and probably one of the most like competitive markets, in my
Yeah.
opinion, that exist.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts that people don't think about where luck really comes into play, but there's that thing where consistency, you know, you'll get lucky if you're consistent kind of thing, or
Yeah.
if you're consistent and the luck comes, that's when it happens. And it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like one of those things, you know, we're mutts, dude. We're dogs. We've just nonstop for 25 years. But like, there's been all these times where whether, you know, we met our manager and our manager is like, you know, he's like my second father, you know,
Yeah.
Same
And he's
manager
been
since-
25 years. He met us when we were 18, right?
I feel like that's rare.
He didn't take commission. He didn't take $1 for the first 7 years.
Gnarly.
Because
my
what, you know,
gosh.
he's like, you guys
Yeah.
are living in a van,
Yeah.
like barely making, I'm not going to take my cut yet, you
Yeah.
know? And so we just
But he
like,
knew that
he
you guys
knew,
were
right?
gonna be-
And he's doing fine, you know, and he was
Yeah.
already doing fine. And that was a good thing. But like a lot of people don't realize having a good manager that believes in you, that you can trust, is like having a good coach.
Yeah.
You know, it's like having a coach of the Lakers or
Yeah.
whatever football
Mm-hmm.
team, where it's just like, dude, that coach loves this team. He's going to be with them forever. And he gives a fuck about all these
Yeah.
guys. You have the right players and you have the right coach. Everything, you know, really works. So it's like having a good manager, getting along, how all the guys were raised, how, you know, whether I think people get into the music industry and the entertainment industry and wanting to be movie stars, celebrities, blah, 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 to
Yep,
be a
yep.
celebrity for the
Yeah.
ego. It's
Yeah.
part
Yep.
of it. And
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that. That's okay. I think we need those people. Jared Leto, I always bring him up because there's like a Jared thing.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know him personally, so there's stuff in the press about him that sucks, whatever, but he's been super nice to us. But when you watch his show, the ego is just, I am here, I am Jared
Yep.
Leto, but
Yeah.
I love it. You know,
Yeah.
there's rock
Yeah.
stars out there
Yeah.
where I'm like, we need stars.
Yo, how do you act like
and
that?
then there's other people where it's like, you know, Jack Johnson.
Yep.
Jack Johnson's the shit.
Oh, I
He's a
love
good
him.
dude.
Away
He's
from the talent.
amazing.
Yeah.
And you just want him to be that.
Mellow,
so there's, you know, so
humble.
we've never been in this for celebrity. It weirds us out.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up, you know, Orange County, older brothers, you know, been set straight.
Yeah.
Even between the band, like you will be put in your place. There hasn't really been any problems because we all know that. But say somebody else comes in, like we all know that you're going to get put in your place if something gets a little squirrely. So it's like things like that. How are you getting along as a band? How's your manager? Even to your team with tour manager, your crew. We've been building a crew on the road for 25 years.
Yeah.
You know, and we
wild.
You know, we were still working on it a couple years ago. Whether it's a tour manager, your sound guy, your lighting guy, you can have a new team every year. We want like this is your home.
Yeah,
forever.
for sure.
You know, and we pay our people well. We take care of them. They're, you know, everybody's equal, whether you're the band or you're the lighting rigger.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter, you know.
I love that.
Just little things like that, you know.
Well, it's building a family, dude.
It really is, you know?
know?
And it just, that's why I think 25 years into it, we're having more success now, numbers wise. If you want to look at it from streaming, numbers, business, that side of it, we're more successful now than we were when Lay Me Down was popping, when we were first starting to climb. We're 25 years in. We're having more success on radio. We're having more success streaming. We were so young and we were learning, and now it's just like we've built all this stuff. We've done it the right, didn't go up and straight up and then straight down.
Yeah.
You know, we just, like I said, mutts the little engine they could, and we're just these dogs that were just kind of going at it. And now we kind of like know how to steer the ship.
You know how to do it,
we
dude.
built
Yeah.
it.
So
We know what's
rad.
up. So now I'm like, oh, I know how to get the sounds. I know how to get the songs. We still
And
want
doing
it.
it with the same crew of people just makes it probably not only easy, but just fun.
Yeah, it does. And you get to a point where I'm sure everybody has that friend, that best friend that becomes more of a best friend. And then you
Right.
guys get annoyed because you know everything about each
Yeah.
other. And then that fades away. And then you are more than family.
Yeah.
That's the band. So
Yeah.
we've gone through all of that.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, you're here forever.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
die.
yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
grow old. Once you accept that, you're like, cool. We all have flaws. We're all weird. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's nice to just have that other second family. And we know when we get off tour, and I might not talk to the guys for 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
Don't
cares.
need to.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're
Turning
good.
off.
We're all
I
good.
know where you are. You know where I am.
Yeah, so it's great. Yeah, we're just stoked to be doing it, and we just kind of we always feel like we're like just starting, like we're just getting our.
That's so rad.
We're
So
just
the-
getting going now.
so
We're
the
just getting going now.
passion-
Yeah,
The passion's still there.
yeah, and we had to talk about like the fear of it, right? The fear is really healthy, you know, in a way. I think fear is
Yeah.
healthy in a way,
Oh,
but
for
then I think you get a little bit older, and then living in fear is really unhealthy. There was a time
yeah.
to live in fear, and that was when we were in the van doing horrendous
Sink or
things.
swim, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
you got to
250
figure it out.
Yeah, 250 days
So
a
I'm
year.
really interested. You said starting an event. Like, where did this take us back to? Like,
Before Dirty Heads, who was
yeah,
Jared?
like
Before the band,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just a little skater, Grom, shooting video parts for, you know, me and my friends doing skate videos. Probably gonna work at a tattoo shop. Maybe go
Yeah.
to art school. My family runs Canvas by Caton. Probably work at the surf shop.
Oh, cool.
You know, just stay local. But I
Yeah.
was gonna do something in art. Always been creative.
Yeah.
Never really clicked with school or anything like that. Always just knew that my job would be creative. Then I met, you know, Dustin, and had no musical background. Me personally had no musical background. My family listened to good music.
Yeah.
Nobody in my family sings, writes, nothing.
Wild.
And I met Dustin, and it was just like it changed. And art really felt. It always felt like a job. Like I would almost hate finishing paintings or illustrations
Yeah.
or whatever, because it was just like tedious, and it felt like I knew this was going to be my job later, and I was going to try and find ways to get paid to do it, and it just didn't. It just felt tedious, and like so sometimes I wouldn't finish it. You know, I wouldn't finish paintings and all these things, or want to like really go to art school. But when I did
Yeah.
music, it was so new and fresh, and you could finish things quick, and they were only
Yeah.
3 minutes, and you didn't have to be perfect, and
Yeah.
you weren't going to hang it on the wall
Yeah.
forever and look at
Yeah.
it every day, you know?
And judge your
just-
own work all the time.
I still do, but it was just different, and it's still to this day. And like even with like growing up skateboarding, there is this like masochistist part where it's like I'm gonna try this one trick until I get it, and then that feeling of landing that trick or getting that part, like that really does translate into music, because you're just trying, like whether you get stuck on a lyric or a chorus or just a song in general, and then you're pushing through, you might give up, you might not, usually not, you kind of want to see it to the end, and then when you land on it and you're like, you know, a song can start where I might not like it that much.
Yeah.
And it can
Yeah.
be my favorite song at the end. There's
Yeah.
been numerous times where Dustin's shown me a song and I'm like, I don't get it, you know? And he gets it because it's up here. Or
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing where I'm like, dude, just give me a day.
That's so
Just
funny.
leave me alone and give me a day. And then
Yeah.
at the end, I'm like, oh, I love this song. When you finish a song, it's that same feeling as landing a trick or getting that part or something like that. It's
It all comes
literally
together, dude.
It
Yeah.
all, and then it's there.
You get that
The
reward.
Cool thing about music
That's
is
so
that it's
rad.
there forever.
For sure.
Yeah.
For like, even after I'm dead,
Yeah.
it's there forever. You
Oh,
know,
it's
that's
100%.
even, so it's even cooler feeling. So yeah, when I found music, it just really,
How old were you?
I was 15, probably 14, 15. We started dicking around. We were like making little raps
Yeah.
about jacking off in the bathtub and shooting, you know, knives out of our dicks. It was
Yeah.
literally like,
That.
literally 14-year-old, 15-year-old kids drinking
Teenagers.
40s, doing teenage raps about
That is
tits and dicks
so
and
funny.
farts and jellyfish in the bathtub. I'm like, just stupid shit. But
Yeah.
like me and Duddy were like, yeah, these are stupid, but like, you're pretty good. Like all our other friends suck, but you're
Yeah.
good.
We
And
have
he, you know,
talent.
he had a lot of background in his family. Everybody in his family is musical or singers or songwriters. They had a garage, you know, set up. So it all just kind of started from us just having fun. And then everybody kind of would peel off and it would just be me and Duddy. And we would just ended up just continuing to write songs. And the first 2 songs we wrote, the song I Got No Time and the song Antelope, like we played those songs still up until 5-10 years ago.
Wild.
They were still like really popular songs.
Yeah.
Antelope
you know?
is a great song.
Yeah, there you go. You know?
Yeah, it's
And
great.
it was really
you
weird.
guys have a certain sound too.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very like
You guys are in your own
We
lane.
want- yep.
It's a trip, dude, because I was looking you guys up.
it's wild.
And it's like, what genre
Yeah.
is Dirty Heads? And it's like, it could be
a mix
rap,
of-
reggae, like has like a punk rock.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different avenues to it, which makes you guys, you guys. And I was going to kind of dive in, like how important you think, like, because you guys grew up local, like Dirty Heads. I mean, that's just like how important is like where you grew up to the sound that you guys put out, like being local, Orange County, skate, surf, all the stuff.
Yeah, I think extremely. I know that there's bands out there that you know our friends and Elevators are from like kind of Boston area.
Yeah.
There's other bands that are in the scene that kind of grew up in a little different scene, but they still have the same vibe. So they could probably say different, but for us, it was growing up in Southern California.
Yeah.
It was like, you're in it, you're
Yeah.
living it, you know, and then
Yeah.
having bands like Sublime, having bands like Beastie Boys or even No Doubt that were like blending genres. And we always just like, we knew that that was our favorite style of music. It was positive. You could
Yeah.
kind of blend stuff, but we knew we didn't want to just like be a carbon copy of that.
Yeah.
We wanted to be organic. We
For
wanted
sure.
to be original. Like, I still don't think I can tell when people are kind of copying us and stuff like that, and that's fine. I love that. But like, I can confidently say there's still nobody on the planet doing what we do and doing it as well as we do. Whether it's
and I'll
singing
just
and
say,
rapping,
like,
and
no
building
one
those.
has your
Yeah.
voice. You have a very unique voice.
Thanks.
100%.
I actually I've had
Like
a
you do.
really rough, like a crazy couple years, vocal dysphonia. Had like a shit ton of like really heavy personal shit happen.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm very open, but if there's other people involved, I can't really get into it. It's a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would go hard in the fucking paint. It was about me, you know, my sobriety,
Yeah.
all these other things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when there's other people involved, but like the last 4 or 5 years, just like really fucking brutal. And I didn't know, but it was affecting my voice. Like that's where it was living.
I believe
and
it.
I'm not throwing around trauma, this, trauma, that, but like fucked up shit happens. And
No,
it does,
it
you know?
come
Yeah.
it does come up later in life.
I
Whatever.
didn't know.
It
Like the
does.
guys had to send me like, dude, you're not singing good. And I'm like, I'm not. And I knew it, right? And like it was fucking me up. I had to go to a vocal coach that had it. Like I've been working, I think just recently getting out of it. Like 3 or 4 years,
Damn.
like where I look back on videos where it's just so effortless and so easy for me to sing. And then it just started happening to where like life just kicked the fucking shit out of me. And I don't know where like you put it in different
Yeah.
parts of your
Yeah.
body or whatever,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And somehow it just like,
Just
it
comes
fucked
out.
with my confidence or it fucked with something. So it just started living in like, it started fucking with my vocals and everything
Yeah.
was getting tight and I didn't have any confidence anymore. And then that just
What a
spiraled
trip.
into this giant thing where I was just like, I'm the worst singer ever. I sound like shit. Like my tone is gone. My job's over. I'm done, you know? And then I met this vocal coach, killer. She's had it before. She got in this really traumatic car accident. Her voice was gone for years and years. So you can
Interesting.
get out of it. I've got like, I can feel it coming back now. The guys are like,
Yeah.
Thank
oh my
God.
God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, dude, it's almost like you see it like in fighters, right? Like
Yes,
they're on
totally.
this hot streak, they're on top of the world, they lose a fight,
Yep.
and it's like that spark's gone.
Yep.
Like they show up the next fight, and it's like, all right, they lost that one, and they show up and they're not performing
Yep.
the same. And I feel like for you, it's like every show, every song is a fight.
It was that,
And
that
if you
exact
lose that
thing. Yeah.
confidence, dude, all of a sudden, like you're living in
Oh,
your
if
own
you-
head the whole time. Like
If you don't
I
have
have to show
confidence,
up.
you're it's virtually impossible to
Especially as an entertainer, right?
Yeah,
like a
100%.
fighter,
Yeah.
like, yes, you are fighting, you're trying to entertain people, but you're trying to win that fight.
Yeah.
My job is to actually make people have a good time. Forget the world exists
And you
have
have
a
to
good
be
time.
on.
Well,
And if I'm fucking in my own head or like, that's something that I just had to stay like, so I'm not saying I performed bad. I just, for our level, for my level, I was still a great performer. I still had people, you know, I would say whether I can sing perfectly or not right now, I can't worry about that.
Yeah.
Because I need to put on a good show.
Yep.
Luckily, we're not fucking Celine Dion or Adele
Yeah,
or like
Yeah.
nobody. Like
Yeah.
if I'm pitchy, nobody fucking cares.
Well,
you
I think
know?
the scariest part for you is like a fighter, if they're not performing, they get knocked out in second round, whatever, it's over. You got to go 12 rounds no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Dude, if you're
Multiple
not feeling it
shows.
and you're in your head, you still have the whole set to play.
I've told you that too. I'm like, how do these people go on tour and do all these shows and like keep it on? Like they have to keep it on all the time. Remember, I'm like, gosh, that's so interesting.
That's the
I've
hardest.
always-
That's the hardest part. You know, I don't think touring is hard. I don't think it's physically hard. That's on you. If you want to party and make it physically
Right.
hard, it's going to be hard. If
Brutal.
you don't want to, if you want to take care of yourself and be healthy, it's not going to be hard. You know, it's actually really, really fun. Is it hard mentally when you miss your family? Sure, for sure. What's hard is, you know, being on and being happy and being that entertainer when the world around you is fucking falling into pieces and crashing and you're like, what? And then I have to go on stage and turn it on. And sometimes it's so therapeutic that you can go do that.
Yeah.
And other times you're like, dude, this is
I
the
don't wanna-
fucking last thing my body wants to do
But
right
you
now.
have to
I
do
want to
it
crawl in a
because
hole and cry.
people
I don't want to
showed
go
up.
on stage and smile right now.
Yeah.
But then you get up there and as soon as your foot hits that stage,
You're like,
turns
all
on.
right.
it all goes away.
Well, you got 25 years almost of like hitting those reps of doing it all. Like
It is
when
reps, yeah.
taking you guys back, you started playing 15, 16. When did Dirty Heads form? And when was there a point where it's like, oh shit, like we're
This is
becoming something.
Yeah, like I think right around 2000, when we graduated high school.
So you're like 19.
Yeah,
19
18,
years
19. And there was just like this gut feeling of like, this is going to happen. It was so unique.
I
It was
love
so
that feeling.
original. We were like, we just knew we were good.
Sitting on something.
Getting
And
good
like,
feedback.
yeah, like even to this day, if I buy a new couch, I'm like, did I get the right color? If I, you know, I'm just like, I second guess a lot of shit. This was the one thing
that you
that
knew.
I just always
you
knew.
could do.
I told my parents, Daddy told his parents, I talked to my friends, you know, it's a really hard industry. And I don't give a shit. I know this is going to work, whether it's the universe or God or what it was, it was just like this, the thing that I'm most like, I feel like going back to like, whether it's luck or whatever, but I'm just so grateful. And I feel so lucky that at such a young age, whoever or whatever was like, this is your purpose.
Yeah.
And
this is why you're here.
It's
and I'm
interesting
like,
that you
fuck
bring up like
Yeah.
friends and family having like, oh, that is a hard industry, and you still went after it.
yeah. There was no.
When you know,
There was no
you
not.
just
You're like, I just-
know,
yeah.
you know, and it's like, there's like that burning feeling inside, even if like for me, when I jumped into like the social media aspect of everything, I had that same feeling. You could call it God, confident. I'm purpose. I was like, this is what I'm going to do.
It's a gut
Saturated market. But I was like, even if it doesn't work out the way in the success side of things, like I'm going to be doing this no matter what.
Yeah, it makes you
Like
happy.
you're going to play
You feel
music
good.
no matter what. I
Yeah.
was going to be doing I wanted to do that stuff regardless if there was like success behind it or not.
That's the right. Yeah, I think that's when kind of greatness comes, is because you're just doing it.
You're just
because
doing
you
it.
love it. Because all the other shit's gonna come. You know, it's gonna
Yeah.
become a job. You know,
Yeah.
I talk to other musicians, and everybody's like, "Well, it becomes a job at one point." And you're like, "Yeah, but it's such a
Yeah, but
sick job.
it's a good job.
Like, it's
So
such a
sick.
cool
It's a
job.
rad
Shut the
job.
fuck up.
Dude.
Don't say it
Yeah,
like that.
it's
You know?
not even- I don't
Don't
even-
tarnish this.
Yeah.
Let us live in this world. You know, where it's not a job. You know, so yeah, I just feel lucky that I found this and that we're doing it. But yeah, thanks for the, you know,
For sure.
on my vocal tone. It feels great to hear that. I do love it. I think tone is everything. I as somebody that's produced songs, produced other people, I think tone is everything. There are fantastic singers that come into the studio that we can hire, and they're pitch perfect, and we can have them do backups and harmonies and all that, and they're so perfect. But it's fucking boring.
Yeah.
You know, then there's a
Yeah.
kid that might be all over the place, but just has
Yeah.
a certain rasp or this certain nasally. It doesn't have to really be
Yeah.
great or good or like you know, technically, but there's just something about it that makes me feel a certain way. And I love that tone,
Yep.
you know, so
Yeah.
it really comes down to tone. Then you can get in and fix that up, you know, but like I said, like I saw the Beastie Boys and they were all over the place one night, and it just made it fun because they were real and they were human.
them.
So
Yeah,
like
for
I
sure.
just had to say, hey, I'm just gonna go out and have fun and continue to be an entertainer and continue to like love my job, and we have such rad fans, and just go out and play music and have fun because that's what started it. I can't get in my own head, and when I'm home, I'll do the reps. When I'm back, I'll work on my vocals and this, therapy that needs to be done for me to get out of it, and it has slowly been getting better just with everything, with fitness, with eating, with getting back to working out, with like finding my peace and other things and different hobbies, whatever. Like I can just feel it. My confidence is growing and my voice is like opening up. It's really weird how it's all tied in. It's all tied.
I kind of wanted to get into that because like now you're like a beast. I see you training in the gym. You're doing all these things, right? And you're sober, not drinking.
Yeah.
So like you got sobriety on your hands. You're a family man now.
Yeah.
You're training. Like your health is part of like, you could only keep going as long as your body allows you to. So now you're training. So when Dirty Heads takes off and you're a kid, like I kind of wanted to go back that route because you're a fucking rock star now, young, dumb, OC kid, making money, touring. I mean, that's the dream for anyone that gets into music or not. When we're little kids, like, what do you want to be? I want to be a rock star.
Yeah.
So like you're living that.
And partying comes into play.
Partying with everything.
Yeah.
Like I can party for a living, and it bit me in the ass, like it really did. Like
how long have you been sober for?
I was sober for 10 years and unfortunately just relapsed a couple years ago, went back to rehab immediately. I knew, like I was saying, it's funny because it wasn't like band stuff. It wasn't work stuff. It wasn't that shit. Like you get so trained.
Yeah.
Like I said, living in a van, then tour bus, and like always pivoting, that shit goes wrong no matter what.
Yeah.
In a band and touring and you're traveling across the world, shit's gonna go wrong all the time. So you just like, the bigger the problem, like almost the easier it is to stay calm.
Right.
When it comes to family stuff or personal stuff or anything that's like really close to you, it's like that's the shit that got me because it was things I wasn't used to. And now I'm 40 and I have kids and all this responsibility. And then it's eating. I went and did crazy psychedelics to like fix all this shit. That didn't work. It helped a lot, but that didn't, you know. And then even after I did that whole journey and like healed so much stuff, I ended up relapsing again.
So 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. And then relapse again. I don't have to beat myself up. It happens. No. Immediately, like I started drinking again, and I called my manager like that night and was like, whoa, find me a rehab. Like literally.
Let's fix this.
Find me a rehab. I got 2 weeks of tour. And no, I would never. I got a family and I was just like, no. So that was recent, and that was stupid.
Falling off the horse though could be like a blessing in disguise.
It could be the
you
best
start to
thing.
actually understand like what direction you're going and how important like your sobriety is into like the life that you live today.
Yeah. Especially for my children and the band and everything I knew it was important, but you get comfortable after 10 years of sobriety.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
I'm fine.
I hit 10 this year.
Yeah. Good job.
So it's like,
be careful. But yeah, so it just kind of put me in check. The guys were really cool and they stuck by my side, and had to get through it, and it is what it is. And like, there's just life throws shit at you that you couldn't imagine. You're like, what? We're dealing with this? I didn't even know this was a thing, right? So that fucks you up. And but yeah, now back feeling great.
I feel like you can't make it 25 years in the game like you have without that like self accountability and self recognition though.
You have to be self aware.
25 years, dude. Like, and you are the party. Like people are going to Dirty Heads to party. Yeah. So 100%. Like you're living in that world, but at the same time, you still have to be like Jared, dad, husband. Yeah. Lead
but
singer.
I also
like, you have all these things.
I also think like, you have lengths of sobriety, or you go, I think some people get like to that point where they're like, I could have a drink.
For sure.
That's where I was. I was like, I just need a break.
I could do it. I could drink normally,
I just
and then they do.
Like
and then like
respite.
either they go on this long run, or which is rare to be you, and be like, well,
no,
fucked up.
But back in the day, it was like before I had a problem, or I even thought about genetics or like, my family history or anything. It really was like you were home when or like California, Arizona, where you're like selling out shows and you're partying to party, right? You're partying because everybody loves you and the band's doing well. Then you go to other states where nobody knows you, and you're partying because you don't know how else you're going to get through the next 3 months of playing to 5 people at this bar and eating dollar menu and just being like, wow, there's 2 people at this bar right now and they don't know who we are. I'm going to get drunk tonight, you know? And then slowly it builds and builds and builds and builds. And then you're still having drinks. And then you get to a point where you're like, man, there's a fuck ton of people here. And all these people paid all this money
to see us.
To see us. So we got to put on a good show, right? And we would look back and be like, man, those shows where we were drunk, like where we thought we were killing it, we were not killing it. We were not killing it. Or those nights in the studio where we had all those people over and we got wasted and we wrote that amazing song, and then you listen to it the next day and you're like, this is the biggest piece of shit we've ever written.
This is awful,
right? You know, and like the guys have drinks. You know, if you can do it responsibly, do it. The guys still have drinks and it's great. But yeah, it was sick. Like I was getting paid. Well, not really getting paid, but I was able to party, hang out with chicks, do all the stuff an 18-year-old to 25-year-old dude wanted to do. You know, it was rad.
At
I think it's
age.
hard to even recognize if you have a problem. Like one being you saw success like super young and you're like in that world, so it's normal.
Yeah,
like dude.
And you're having fun, and
well, everybody encourages it too.
100%.
Not only is it normal, people they're like, oh my God, you're having a beer at the radio station at 8. Yeah. Well, I want to have a beer. And then next thing you know, everybody's having beers at 8 in the morning at the radio station.
Normal.
But I'm like hurting, so I'm having a beer. This isn't fun for me, but I got to turn on the monkey dance guy.
For sure.
So everybody's like, yeah. And like, I'm still a really good time. Like my thing is, and it always was being an entertainer and you know, making people have a good time. And like, if you're going to come out with us, have fun. And we're going to, you know, before it was like, I'm going to make you party and, you know, ruin your life, you know? And then it became a thing where it was like, well, no, I just actually want people to have a good time.
I think that's like the coolest part of sobriety. I'll have 7 years in June, but it's like, you realize you like yourself so much better when you're yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And I did get a lot of calls from my friends that were like, dude, you partied and you didn't party with me like after 10 years. Like, dude, you were so fun. I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to tell a sober guy that he was so fun when he was partying.
Don't tell me
because
that.
I wasn't the mean guy. I wasn't beating people up.
Yeah.
I didn't get sober because like, you know, I was going to jail and shit. It wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
But yeah, that back in the day, it was fun. Yeah. But I look back and I'm like, how did we survive that? And like, boozing and partying was part of how we survived it. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't have the mental capacity to like get through all that shit and all those terrible shows and all those long drives without just chiefing beers the whole time. You know?
Dude, I feel like, but that's like, it's all a learning curve, dude. Right. Like, and I think regardless if you make it in music or not, just like anything else, like everyone's going to have like their own path and their own story. There's no blueprint on how to do it because you have to do it your way.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you could try to learn from other people that came before you, guys that looked up to you, or guys that are maybe giving you advice.
Really does listen to advice, though.
Nobody.
It's so gnarly. Like the best advice is like listen to advice would be the best advice because nobody listens to it, you know?
But you're fucking sitting there, teenager, young 20s, whatever. Like, I don't need anyone's advice. We're crushing it.
Yeah.
Like we're on our
it.
way up, dude. Like dude, it's like you don't even understand what ego is yet. You know what I mean? Like life. You're living life, but you haven't really experienced life. Everything's so new that you're just excited and you're like excited. Hands on the trigger at all times. Dude, like you're just ready for the next, the next. And then like what got you, I mean, and we'll move on, but like what made you realize you wanted to get sober the first time?
Well, I mean, just physically, I couldn't do it anymore. You know, I didn't have I didn't have kids or anything that first time, but like I was gonna die. I couldn't get out of my bunk. I could like the band, the guys, like it's a responsibility. I couldn't play shows. I couldn't function. My body was shutting down. I went to the ER. I was on the road, had a fucking giant bottle full of Vicodin, and was like literally having to get up and drink before I could even function. Yeah. And just that was scary and I didn't want to admit it. And and it was brutal. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to face this, you know, and then I had to face it. And, you know, I just also like didn't want to die, didn't want to let the guys down, didn't want to let my family down, didn't want to let the fans down. So it was like pretty black and white that first time, you know, but also I look back with a fondness with all this. It's so dumb for me to say. And I don't like saying it because like the universe listens. All the terrible things that have happened, all the really hard things have happened. Like, I'm glad they happened because I can relate to a totally different set of human beings now, right? And now that I've relapsed, now I can relate to them. Now I can write a song about that. So it's like every time something fucked up happens, I'm like, well, now I have more material to write about. Now I can reach more people and hopefully help more people, but I got to go through it to do it. But fuck it, I'll do it. You know, my manager this time, he's like, well, you know, I'm sitting in rehab crying. Like, this is the fucking worst. I'm a piece of shit. And he's like, dude,
there's purpose
can't
behind
do that.
it.
You know, and he's like, hey, man, you're writing an album. Like, you're going to have material. If everything's good, like, how boring is your album? I'm like, you're right, but fuck, I don't want to
stress you out on like identity a little bit, like removing so much, because it just, I feel like it's built into that lifestyle. Like, okay, Jared's now removing partying. Like, who am I? How am I going to be? Who am I going to be?
That was a quick
without it.
That was like a quick. That was very fleeting.
Yeah,
I was really outgoing.
Yeah,
as a kid. Anyway, like it was really fleeting. Like once I got healthy and you know everything kind of wore off in that initial phase of like getting sober, where it's like your brain's readjusting back to being normal. Once I like
found that
hey
again.
Peter, and there you are. Like once real Jared came back after I like started working out, I was like, oh, I'm a fucking great time.
I'm a fun time.
And then, went away.
It's game on.
And then I wrote a couple songs and it was fine. You know, it was fine. But you know, the material thing, like there is a lot of beauty in suffering. There's a lot of material in suffering. There's a lot of reaching lots of people and, you know, cause life's not easy. So, you know, and the band that we want to be and writing positive music and bringing, you know, not all our shit's, you know, sunshine and rainbows. We have very serious songs, but I just got to look at it like that. Like, you know, I can reach a whole new group of people now, you know, so I chalk it up to that. And
well,
so
at the end of the day, no matter what, when you look back, it's like that made me who I am no matter what. Yeah. You know, like it's part of your story. Yep. Yeah. You know, and like you could look at it as mistakes or you could look at it as like lessons. And it's like, bro, all those little things, like those rock bottoms, those lows, also are the reasons why you get to the top. It makes you stronger. Dude.
Yeah, it does.
Well, that's what we always say.
And
I'm grateful for. Yeah. I'm grateful that I'm a recovering drug addict.
Totally.
I am.
100%.
You know.
Yeah.
What did so you're like making it? Obviously, you guys had a couple big songs. What was like? I mean, dude, you've been in the game for so long. So then you get like social media that comes in. And I know like Vacation hit. Yeah. And that was like
massive.
Fucking, I feel like, I mean, you guys were already big, but I feel like with the power of social media, then that taking off, like you've kind of lived through like different moments of music, dude. It's a trip. 25 years is like, think about 25 years ago.
I don't know if people know this. We got signed and within 2 years, Napster popped up. We got signed to Warner Brothers. And I was like, I'm rich. I'm going to be rich and famous. You know, major label's going to make me this star, right? And then within 2 years, Napster came and they were like, oh my God, the music industry is dead. Now everybody can just pirate everything. Everybody's fired, basically. You know, every band other than like the Chili Peppers and Avenged and like a couple other guys, we're shelving you all. And we were like, what? Yeah. You know, so
crazy.
So we just took our shit and was like, okay, let's go on tour. Yeah. Let's put it out ourselves and go on tour. Then we did it ourselves and it worked out, you know? Yeah. But yeah, we went through that and then we, you know, streaming, then CDs went away and they're streaming. So, and then social media and we weren't doing anything. I was playing video games. I play video games with some college kids, right? Yeah. Like he was going to law school. My buddy Ryan, he's going to law school. He's graduated. Good job, Ryan. You know, but he's younger. He's got TikTok, all the shit. And he's like, dude, Vacation is blowing up on TikTok. I'm like, what are you talking about? Know? No, I didn't have TikTok. You know, I didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
And it wasn't our label. It wasn't us. We didn't pay influencers. It just, like I said, luck and consistency.
It was that one reel that everyone kept doing.
One reel.
The phone. Then before Vacation, they'd put it down and then bam, they'd be. I think we even did one.
You better have.
Like, Havasu.
We did it if you did it. I didn't use social media.
It was me and a friend that is, yes. Yeah. That was like.
But yeah, we tracked it down. It was the thing that really popped it off was this influencer from India. She had like 8 fucking billion followers. She used it. And that, you know, and did it change our lives? No. Did it help? Yes. Yeah. And that's how it is. It's like there's all these little like first base, second base, third base, home runs, whatever. But you need a bunch of them to get where you're going, right?
You're going up to the plate again.
Did we see a ton of uptick in ticket sales? No, not really. Streaming? Yes. Did all these teenagers show up at our shows? No. Do we care about that? Are we trying to write music for a certain demographic? No, we're writing music for ourselves and hopefully people like it. You know? Did that help? Totally. Was that rad? Cool. Did we take advantage of it once we figured out that it was happening? Yeah, of course we did. But like that was organic.
Yeah.
That's just because we're constantly putting out music, you
Yeah.
know? We're just always working.
Well,
you know,
dude, I
'cause we
think
like
that's
it.
what people don't see, man. Like you get a band like you guys are always putting out music.
Yeah.
Like you
You
guys
got
are,
to.
you guys fucking grind.
We like it.
I know. And, and that's the thing. Like you have to love what
gotta
you
like
do.
it. Yeah.
Because how many great bands or how many great songs are there where it's like, name 3, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And nothing to take away. Like, and they could be fucking rock stars. Like you said in the beginning,
Yeah.
they could be like this huge deal, but like, dude, again, 25 years in the game of fucking grinding.
Yeah.
You
Or
know
like,
what I mean?
I mean, 25 years, a lot of bands are done. They're
100%.
done. But a lot of bands were also made 90s monies, 80s money. So where it's like, you could be done.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't happen with us now. You can't, you got to work. You have to work. You have a job probably forever, you know, unless you are the 1% of the 1%, unless you're the Taylor Swifts, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's. Everybody else, like,
But
you know?
even then, I feel like those people, like, dude, you can be done, but then you still want to prove it to yourself.
Why would they want it? Yeah.
Like, why
Yeah,
be done?
why?
Like, I'm good at this. I love this. If you love it, you're just going to do it. And then it's almost like reels you more into like, fuck everybody. This is what I like. I'm going to put it out. People are like, I'm sure you guys have done that because you have like such a different sound. Like I'll hear a song and I'm like, I could hear a little bit of influence. Like you brought up Sublime earlier. I'm like, but then it fucking flips the script so fast.
We always got to tweak
And
it
then it's
somehow.
like rap out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So like, dude, Dirty Heads just has 1 songs in 5 lanes.
Yeah.
And it shows like each of you guys and it just
Appreciate
works.
it. Yeah.
You know?
But now there's fucking AI. We're living through it all, you know, now that, and we've never fought anything, right? But we're not going to jump on trends.
Yep.
Especially now that we're fucking 40.
Yeah.
Like we're just not going to jump on trends. We're going to be true to ourselves. We understand that the music industry and social media and the world in general is going to change. So gracefully change, gracefully get a little older. But like, you know, there's people that are just fighting so hard. There was people that were fighting streaming. And there's pros and cons. Like now there's no gatekeepers. Before, like it was so hard to get to radio. It was so hard to blow up. It was so hard to like get your music to people. It's very easy to get your music to people. Is there a lot of competition? Yes. But if your song blows up, radio is going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Labels are going to come after you.
Yep.
Social media is going to come after you. All of that shit. Before, it was like literally a group of people that you'd have to pay and be like, please let us have a song on the radio.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we want on the radio right now. Or like when we would go get CDs or vinyl or whatever, like I'd get my allowance and be like, okay, there's Metallica, there's Incubus, there's Beastie Boys, and there's Cypress Hill. Which one am I going to get this week?
Yeah.
There was only like 10 big bands in my mind. I didn't know, you know, until like skate videos came out, surf videos came out, where like those were the first playlists.
For sure.
We were like, whoa, what's all this music?
100%.
Now you can discover music. So it's like, okay, cool. Take the positive part of what's happening and run with that. AI, like, okay, everybody's freaking out. Everybody's freaking out on this Diplo interview. And like, if you really listen to what he's not saying that human beings are always going to love authentic shit from authentic other human beings, right? I have paintings in my house that I paid because I love this artist and I love what he or she did with their fucking hand. And it's either stupid and easy and I like it, or it took them hundreds of hours and that's impressive to me. If somebody plugged in AI to a machine that could paint, I'm not going to pay money for that.
Right.
Right. I'm going to pay money for something authentic. There's going to be superstars. There's going to be musicians. There's going to be favorite bands, and nobody's going to want, you know, some AI stuff that, you know, it just doesn't really have a soul or whatever. But when it comes to like Disney or Nike or Coke or whatever, if they want a song for their commercial and you're Diplo and you got all the contacts and he's like, bro, I can make a song in 5 fucking minutes and send it to Nike or whatever, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but at one point, they're not even going to need Diplo. They're just going to have some kid that works for Coca-Cola and he's just going to go boop, boop, because he knows the prompts and it's going to be fine.
Bam.
The cool thing is that I was alive making music before that, and anybody out there needs to realize that if you were doing shit before AI came out, AI is going to dip in and might use your shit.
Right.
That's just science fiction. You're living in science fiction. And I'm such a sci-fi nerd that I'm like, why are you guys complaining? You know, like we just caught a bunch of shit about this video that we put out. It was going to be a lyric video. But then we just took the lyrics off and everybody thought it was this full-length music video. But if you look at it, it's for this song 7 Seas, which is killer. Yeah. But it's this dude, and he looks like Zach Galifianakis, and he's in a rowboat, and he like gets eaten by monsters, and he gets shot into space, and he's smoking weed with his astronaut, and it's all AI CGI shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking hilarious. I love it. I don't give a fuck because some kid made it, some guy we hired made it within like a day. And it's hilarious and it's really well done. And like, yeah, you could tell some parts are AI, but if you took that out, like that would have cost tens of millions of dollars.
Right.
100%.
And if you go watch the Avengers or Endgame or the new Spider-Man, it's all fucking CGI.
Yeah.
It's all people using a computer to make the movie that you love.
Yep.
You're just mad at our video because we only paid one guy to use the computer to make the CGI, or do you want more people to use the computer?
You guys are getting hate for it?
Yeah, but like we don't care.
Yeah,
and it
well,
wasn't.
yeah.
And
You can't
and also
care.
like if you took it that serious, then that's on you. If
You're going way too deep, dude.
it was just a
don't care.
visualizer,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
I love it because now we can do visualizers and I can build you the world that's in my head really easily without me struggling or having to pay all this money where I have no more money left just to show you this world that I'm trying to build.
Yeah, you can
So
literally build the world.
I'm
inside
trying
your
to
head.
just
bring it to life.
use the cool parts
Yeah,
about it
for
and
sure.
use the tool. Or, there's things like on kind of the boring, more production side, I can have our engineer sit there for an hour and tune this girl's voice and we can go in and make it perfect, or tune the drums or like move the drums around and make them perfect or whatever, right? You want to do all the smoke and mirrors if you want to make this like perfect song. Sometimes you leave it because it feels right.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to make it real tight and crispy. That can take 4 hours. They can take 3 hours, take whatever. Now we can just go tune these drums, and the AI is going to go boop and do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Easy.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's not going to change
No.
anything, right?
Well, people are craving, the more access we have to AI, I think the more people are tending to crave authenticity anyways. So I guess there is a reason to fear, but if you are already making music, if you're already in whatever space you're in, people want the connection, dude. Like, I'm a trainer. You could chat GBT shit.
Yes.
But it's not connecting you
You
to
do
anyone.
it once and you go, I'm not going to listen to this.
It's not holding you accountable. There's no connection to it. It's just
the
throwing
person.
you something. Like, it'll help get the job done.
Yeah.
But there's nothing behind it. Dude.
Yeah. When I
Like,
go to the grocery store and there's a self-checkout, I use it, right? Sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody that day.
Same.
But when I go get my coffee, I want my coffee shop girls.
yeah.
I want them to serve me a cup of coffee. I don't
Yeah.
want to go into some sad coffee shop that is as a like just an automated thing.
Yeah.
People want human interaction.
People
We're
want human
monkeys.
interaction, dude.
You put a monkey
And
in a
they're
cage
talkers there
without
too,
other
at
monkeys, they're
coffee
going to get really
shops.
sad.
100%.
Really, really sad. Like it's
Fast.
proven they're going to get fucked up. Like we're the same.
Yeah.
Loneliness is
Yeah.
bad. We're
Yeah.
always going to want human connection. Live shows. I got the VR headset. I watched this Sabrina Carpenter live thing on Meta. There was like 1,000 people in it. And it was like, it just wasn't that cool. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
We could plug in and then you're underwater with Rihanna and you're doing some cool thing. I would do that too. But also,
Yeah.
I'm going to want to get the fuck out of the house and go see somebody live because you get the goosebumps.
Oh,
You're like,
1,000%.
whoa, there's real magic. There's real energy. I talk about it all the time. As a musician, you play shows where you can feel the energy like boop. You can
Yeah.
feel every single person in the room. Everything, just every wavelength of everybody is connected. And you're like, what is this? It's magic.
Yeah.
You're like, this
Yeah.
is magic.
think-
This is crazy. And then
I
there's
think
other nights where
music
you're like,
brings
something's off.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to fix this. And then you
Yeah.
Yeah.
can find
You-
it.
Yeah.
As a MC, as an entertainer, like you can find it. You can feel like this room's off or
Yeah.
there's a fight. I need to stop. I need to do
Yeah.
something. And you can like bring it. And like
Yeah.
that's part of your job that we can make magic. We've been
Yeah.
beating on fucking rocks and sticks for hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah.
That's never gonna go away.
No.
So don't trip on AI. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's not going to go away. Don't fight it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But like, it's going to be a hot topic. Then it's not. Radio was a hot topic. Then TV was ruining radio. And then CD, we still sell vinyls out of the fucking wazoo. We
That's
make
so
vinyls
cool.
every fucking album, and our vinyls sell out because people love vinyl. I love vinyl. You
So
feel
do I.
it. The thing. You put it
Sounds
in.
different
Yeah.
too.
Well, the
It's
thing
cool.
that's never gonna go away, dude, and I'm seeing it in everything. Like we started a clothing company, which we're small, like Thank You Collective, but people aren't buying like big brands because they don't have a relationship with them
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
Like it's crazy for you, and you see it probably all the time when you talk to people, but people have a relationship with you without you knowing them.
Yeah.
Because they've
Yeah.
been along this journey
Sure.
with you, dude.
Yeah.
Different perspective.
Yeah.
You're living it, but they're living it too, just from the other side of the radio or whatever it may be. So like, no matter what, like when I buy clothes or when I listen to music, like all those things, it's like I'm invested in the person.
In the
like I
person,
respect
that's what
and
it is.
Love what you do, but it's also like because of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like you're never going to get that from anything else. Like you give, like music is a universal sound, dude, of like you don't even need I fucking listen to music. It's not even in English sometimes and you feel something.
I talk about this
Everyone
all the
loves
time,
music.
dude. I don't really listen to American rap anymore. Like,
What do you listen to?
There's not a lot like other than like Run the Jewels and a couple other rappers that are kind of doing it. Like I'm a big lyric guy. There's not a lot of that right now, but like Japanese rap is so sick. French rap is, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. The production's cool and it sounds cool, or just French cafe music. I don't know what the lady's saying, but it's cool. I got it. I feel
Makes you feel a feeling, dude.
And people just love connecting with something, or like even when you were a kid, right? And say there was, you know, Power Rangers, or there's the Green Knight, the Black Knight, and the Red Knight. You're like, green is my favorite color. That's my guy. People do that with band members. People do that with trainer, with anybody, personalities. Like you want that. Like when MCA died from the Beastie Boys, that was the first time where I was like,
so gnarly.
oh my God, I give a fuck. I've had all these other musicians die that I didn't, not that I cared, but not that I didn't care, but it wasn't invested.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sad.
Broken.
Sad.
Yeah, this is fucked up. I wrote a whole thing. I went on K-Rock and talked about it. Like, oh shit, this was my childhood.
Yeah.
This was my everything.
It makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah. So it's like I didn't know I was so connected until it was gone. Yeah. So that's always going to be there. And that human connection is always going to be there. And it's rad. So when it comes to AI and all that shit, just have fun with it. That's my thing.
You can't stress
it's
about
so
it,
fun.
Dude. And I think people too, and I would say like, if you were to give advice to anyone getting into music, I know a lot of people hit me up that want to get into social media. I feel like they have this desire to be what everyone else is doing. Yeah. And sound how everyone else is, or make video, whatever it may be. And it's like, dude, you got to like do it your way. Yeah. You know, like Dirty Heads is like Dirty Heads because you guys stay true to your sound. Yeah. Like you said, the whole world around you has been evolving, but Dirty Heads, you can't fucking care. Like you got to stay true to like exactly who you guys are and what you guys are. And I think that's like the weirdest place we're in the world today is everyone is trying to be who they think they should be.
Yeah, they should.
You know, my manager said we should sound like this, or this fucking record label wants us to sound
or
like
I need to be like that.
Okay, I want to show you guys something. This is Suno, which it's just like a AI music generator. This is a song.
Let's hear it.
Everybody has a butthole. Everybody has a butthole. Everybody has a butthole.
I'm dead.
It's genius.
Everybody has a butthole.
dude.
Okay, I made everybody has a butthole. I made that.
Yeah.
I typed in everybody has a butthole. There's like 10 of those. That wasn't even the good one, right? That wasn't a thing until I typed it in. Me and my kids are dying. We're at the dinner table dying.
I'm dead.
Like we could do I could do a Jimmy Queen Wright song right now, and I could talk about how giant your muscles are and like all this.
It's hilarious.
So
we need
fun.
to do that. We need to do that.
Fucking do it. Mess with it.
I'm fucking coming out with some bangers, dude.
Okay, so you could hire me to do like your intro song.
I'm going to.
Don't hire me, bro. Use AI to do your Jimmy Queen Big Muscle. Everybody has a butthole song on Suno. It's hilarious.
I'll be opening up for Dirty Heads this year. Jimmy Queen has a butthole, dude.
Why is your intro song AI? Because I didn't want to pay some guy $5,000 to make a 30-second song about how big my muscles are.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Dude.
Oh, it's too good.
Everybody has a butthole. It's good though.
Bro, I also would think you've been in the game for so long. Songs, do you get sick of singing certain songs, or like how does that go?
Yeah.
I feel like fuck, man. Tour again, boom, boom,
again
boom.
and again and again.
It's not that you get sick of them. Well, yes, you get sick of them. I don't like saying I'm sick of them because like that it's for the fans, right? We're playing these shows for the fans. This certain song has been helping my kid go to Waldorf or whatever. Like we're really grateful, and you appreciate these songs. Like I look at the songs as like little actual living entities. Like, oh, lay me down. Yep. I'm so sick of you, but I love you.
Hey, that's a banger.
But like, if I went and saw my favorite band and they didn't play their top songs, I would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
you guys are dicks, dude.
We will swap enough around for us where it's like, let's give them 3 and then us 1. You know? So you just have to balance it, right?
No, that makes total sense.
And then, hey, I'm sick of that. Like, because I could be sick of one that Duddy is not sick of. So Duddy gets to choose one. I want that one out because I'm sick of it personally. I don't know why he's sick of it. I'm not sick of it, but he's sick of it. So we'll change that. You know, we have a big enough catalog now to where it's like the hits I don't think about it. We can make jokes about like, fuck, we got to play this one again. But I just try not to think about it. because then it's not a thing.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that aren't like the big hits that people like want to hear, then we can change those around, and I'm happy enough.
Yeah.
You know, so you can, but you just make the show dynamic enough in other spots that it's one of those things where it's like you zoom out and go, am I really going to complain about playing this song again for the 100th time when like I'm
Absolutely
here?
not.
16-year-old me
Yep.
would
Yeah.
fucking kill me.
Yep.
If he heard me talking about how I was annoyed on playing this song, you know,
Yeah.
like me and my buddy Weaver, he brought this thing up like 16 and 60 is a really good thing. Like if you're in a pickle or you're not sure about something, think of what 16-year-old you would tell yourself
100%.
and then think about, 60, 70,
Yep.
80-year-old you would tell yourself.
100%.
Like, is this vacation right? Is this purchase right? 60, 70, you might be like, that's dumb. Or yeah, go on that vacation. We're going to be old and you want to go on that
Yeah.
vacation, And then
Yeah.
16-year-old, you would be like, yeah, do that, you motherfucker. Like, I would be dying to do what you're doing right now.
Well, dude,
I'd chop my leg off or whatever.
Speaking of that, like I've caught myself complaining, like I gotta like whip some edits together.
Oh,
this
you're
and
gonna
that,
do it,
another, and I'm like 3 years ago, I would have fucking knocked myself out for even getting close to like being negative for what I have to do.
Oh my
you know what I
gosh.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But it's okay.
I know,
Yeah,
like it's
it's
gonna
okay.
happen no
Yes.
matter what. But it's like
Your head goes
recognizing
there
it,
for
you
like
know?
a couple seconds, or
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then you're like, no, I'm grateful.
Even if
for,
you
for
even
what
if
I
you
do.
don't, even if you can't be that like perfect person and be like, dude, it's okay. It's a fucking job. Shit
Yeah.
does.
It is
you
a
know,
job.
you have kids. You have all this other shit going on. Like sometimes you don't want to edit. Sometimes I don't want to play music. Sometimes I don't want to go be on stage. And yes,
Yeah.
would 16-year-old fucking yell at me? Yes, but that's not what's real right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a sick kid and a fucking this going on and this going on. And
Yeah.
like, dude,
There's
I'm
shit going
freaking
on,
out.
dude.
And like, now I got to go fucking ding, 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 ding
Yep.
and be this monkey with a fucking thing on his back.
Yeah.
That's fucked up to say, right? There's fans that are going to be like, why would you say that? You feel like that sometimes.
Yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
fucking okay.
Well, we're all
And it's
human.
okay, right?
We're
Like,
human.
it's okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, stop being a pussy and realize what you have, but it's still okay.
You're still allowed to
Get it
feel your
out,
feelings,
you know? Go
dude.
for a run. Go
Yeah.
fucking, complain to your homies about it. You know,
Yeah.
complain to another musician so they get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they don't think you're being a fucking pussy that is ungrateful.
For
You're
sure.
not.
Yeah.
It's not that you're not. You're human.
Dude, you know what was one of the coolest things I thought you guys did? I mean, I was always super attracted to it, and I thought it was like the raddest thing ever because I'm from Huntington, and Huntington's just always going to be
You're
home.
going to talk
Yeah.
about the
But that's all I need. When you guys did the music
The
video,
music
like,
video.
Sancho's?
dude, at Sancho's,
Yeah.
and then all,
Yeah.
I'm like watching the video. I see like Pettis and Coffee, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
all the boys I
Yeah.
grew up with, and it was so fucking sick because it was like that was like the one that I mean, I feel like you've always carried the town with you too.
I'm surprised we hadn't connected and become friends sooner. It's
Yeah.
probably because I'm gone, but like
Yeah.
everybody that I know. Like
Lot of
when Phil
mutuals.
was like, "Do you know
Simon,
Jimmy?" And I was like,
Billy.
"I know, I follow him. I know of Jimmy. Like I feel like I know him," but I was
Yeah.
like, "I actually don't."
Yeah.
He's like the one fucking
know.
dude I don't know. You
I
know?
know.
So yeah, that was cool. And Huntington's always going to be a part of who we are.
Yeah.
Us growing up here in Southern California in Orange County, and
Are you still
it's
in
just-
Huntington?
I'm in Costa Mesa. I'm
Oh, okay.
7 minutes from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Costa
Yeah.
Mesa's
Close.
sick.
I love
Costa
Mesa.
Mesa.
So do I,
Yeah.
dude. Honestly, like we were looking at places, and the one when we bought our house, it was really like more like a school district thing, and like the track was great, but sucks. Costa Mesa used to be fucking cheaper.
Yeah,
and now
that's why we
now
moved
it's
here.
not.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Like
why we
now it's
moved here.
almost cooler to live in
Yeah.
Costa
Yeah.
Mesa, and the
Yeah.
prices show that.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, we moved here because it was cheaper than Huntington, and then all of a sudden it was just like,
But, like,
better
it's all the
coffee,
same.
I
cooler
love
spots.
Costa Mesa
Yeah.
because it is. It's better
the shit,
coffee.
yeah.
There's more food, and you're not 15
There
minutes
is
from the freeway.
more food. There's
know?
like little pockets
Everywhere.
of
Everywhere.
cute little places. You're like,
Dude.
dang.
Yeah.
You
Love
get-
it.
You can't not get a good coffee in
It's
Costa
the shit.
Mesa.
Yeah.
It's
And
the
Mexican
shit.
food
Yep.
and Chinese food. It's
Yep.
like it's all freaking
Yep.
there, dude.
I'm Costa Mesa boy now.
Yeah,
Love it.
dude. I mean, we spend most of our time in Costa Mesa.
Where I'm
anyways.
all, yeah, we have this. I have my gym,
Yeah.
Hammy school. Like it's all Costa Mesa, Huntington.
When you turned everything kind of on, like with fitness and everything else, did that kind of like transcend into anyone else in the band?
Everybody.
Crazy, huh?
Everybody.
I
The
love when that
spillage is
happens.
crazy.
That's the
you know?
brother.
And
That's when
then
you know the brotherhood's like
we got to
legit.
talk about like negative spillage too.
Yeah.
Because like that, whether it's negative spillage or positive spillage,
Cancer spreads
the
fast.
fucking spillage is real, you
Yeah.
know? So it's like, you got to keep all that shit in check. Once I got sober, everybody's like, or when I not even got sober, I was like, I'm an alcoholic. Everybody was like, whoa, fuck, am I an alcoholic? And it's like, kinda. You know, like everybody kinda was.
Yeah.
They're in
Yeah.
so they all pumped the brakes.
Yeah.
You know, and then I started working out and just like that was my outlet. And yeah, whether it was like my immediate band members or like even a dude from another band that we were on tour with was like, dude, I see you working out. I'm like, come on.
Dude, I
Yep.
love that.
All you got to do, let's do some burpees. Let's run up this fucking grass
Yep.
hill. Like, I bring weights, I bring kettlebells, I bring enough shit. But like, even there was one tour where my body fat was like 2%. It wasn't, but it was fucking low.
Lean.
And I was ripped. And I was just running hill sprints. There's always the grass area.
Yep.
You can get tickets for the grass area.
Yep.
There's a grass area at like every venue we play. And I would do hill sprints and burpees at the top.
Damn.
25 burpees, walk down, hill sprint, 25 burpees. I'll do 100. And that's all I did for like 2 months. Fuck.
Shredded.
I was ripped.
Lean.
Like, it was crazy.
You could get it done in any way, shape, or form, dude.
I'm like, you don't need, I'm trying to tell everybody. And it was like, it'd take me maybe 30 minutes. You know, there's times where it's like, I love working out. I want to, you know, get on a program. I want to lift weights. I'm going to be there for 2 hours. And there's other times where I'm like, you know, for the next 3 months, I'm just hitting it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I try and tell my friends, like, it doesn't have, it can be whatever you
just gotta
want,
stay
man.
consistent.
That's
That's it.
all it is.
You know, I went for a run last weekend, dude, and like my knee gave out on like mile 5 or 6. I've never ran hills before.
Yeah.
I think the downhills just lit me up.
Yeah.
But I was bummed, dude. Like I didn't finish. My boys were like, I'm like, dude, I'm
It was
gonna
11
ruin your
miles
guys' run.
altogether.
I'm
yeah.
so glad that you're telling this story to me right now because like to me you're invincible, you're never hurt,
Yeah.
you're just fucking shredded, you're eating right, you're taking the right supplements, and I'm just like, what am I doing? You know, I'm like
Dude.
getting skinny and then I'm getting bigger and then I'm getting hurt. Like I'm always fucking hurt,
You-
right?
I have a lot of
You
injuries
did.
too.
You did get in your head a little bit.
No, well, it
was
sucked,
supposed
you know,
to
like-
be
Makes
an
me
11
depressed when I get
mile.
hurt and I
My
can't work
body
out.
told me no, and I could have pushed through.
Yeah.
Like I did it the weekend
would've been
before,
injured.
but my knee was telling me like no. So like we hit this like ranger house. I told the guys like, bro, I'm gonna ruin your fucking day. Like you guys
My knee's
finished.
fucked up, yeah.
But then people like you're sitting there telling me you run hill sprints. So, like it was Memorial Day, so I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna do like my own version of a Murph, dude. So I did. I found like a balcony. I repped out 100 pull-ups, did a couple hundred push-ups, and I was fucking smoked.
Yeah.
Dude, like people were like, well, I don't have a gym. Dude, do push-ups.
don't
Do
need
as many
anything.
push-ups
Yeah.
as you can for 10 minutes, dude.
Person
It is
workouts are
gnarly.
And you're gonna
I
be
was-
sore.
I'm kissing the concrete, like
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to get back up.
But that's why I'm like, I want to go to the gym
Yeah.
and like lift weights and like
Yeah.
listen to music and like sometimes it's a little not easier, but just it's
dude,
not
to
as
me,
brutal.
to me, it's easier.
Yeah.
You know, and I know like whatever you do more consistently in life is going to be easier. But like the gym, especially when people sign up with me, they're like, I only got a couple things at home. And I go, dude, I'm just letting you know, like, it's going to kick your ass a whole lot more.
Yeah.
You got a barbell. So you're doing like barbell squats, barbell
Yep.
presses. Like the gym's got this nice machine that's
Yeah.
easier on the
Assisted.
joints. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dude, you're fighting
You're like, I'm over
strictly
that.
gravity when you're doing at home garage workouts. But like you could light yourself up. And I think people forget, like, you could go on fucking tour like you, travel a majority of the year and stay in shape.
100%.
How's food? How's like that?
Killer. So at the spot we're at, it's killer. At
Yeah.
the level we're at as a band, there's catering every day. There's catering
Oh.
companies at every venue. There is a fucking salad bar. There is a protein.
So there's options.
There's options. There's a healthy option, and majority of it's healthy. The only thing that's kind of unhealthy is the dessert. Like there really isn't catering companies that kind of make unhealthy food for
Right.
these tours.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I'm healthier and more fit probably 2 to 3 weeks into tour than I am at home
For sure.
on
Yeah.
Because you're on schedule
point,
though.
as I
almost.
get.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
no responsibility
Yep.
really other than getting up, working out, eating 3 times a day,
Yep.
4 times a day, whatever, and playing that show.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not dad taxing the kids.
No, here
plate,
I'm like
you know what
3
I mean?
coffees,
And it's
you know,
probably the same
that's
time.
like 3 coffees, no lunch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
like 3 coffees, no lunch. Oh shit, I got to get the kids. I might, okay, well now I got to eat a steak and a protein drink and get all this. And like, it's hard for me to keep weight on. I'm like,
When
Yeah.
you get on tour, structure applies.
Perfect.
All of a sudden,
Well,
you're
you're
on
eating
routine
at the same
again.
times.
You know?
It's,
yeah.
you know, they're
sleep,
bringing,
you know, I'm like, it's, although like we go to bed way later and my adrenaline's super high when I get off stage. So I might not go to bed till 3. I really don't have to wake up till 11. So I can still
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the right amount of sleep, which is so important for us now, you know,
Yeah.
that then I get up and, you know, all I have to do is sound check, show.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
really only 2.5, 3 hours of my day. So the rest of the
It's legit.
time, I'm, stretching, doing mobility stuff, and you're in the sun. Like, it's just rad. Like, the summer tours for me are really enjoyable because I'm like, I'm going to be fucking ripped by the time I get done with this thing.
Yeah.
So if I slack a little bit before I get into tour, that's fine,
Where are you guys going next?
Bend, Oregon is our next show coming up. And I have to say, like, I would, if it didn't get rainy and cloudy, I would move to the Pacific Northwest. I'd probably move to Bend, Oregon. In the summertime when it's
I've never
sunny,
been to Oregon.
it's my fucking favorite place on the planet.
Beautiful.
The Pacific Northwest in the summertime is unbeatable. I don't give a shit. Over Montana, Colorado, all these fucking places. I'm sorry. I love them all. I could live there also if it was sunny all the year round, but it's not. But Bend, Oregon has a brand new venue, and it's so sick. And just the people that go to the show, the vibe of Bend, the people that live in Bend, or
Love
just that kind of Pacific Northwest. It's just such a great energy, such a great vibe that we're starting off in Bend. We have spot dates throughout June. And then in July and August, we do 6 weeks straight with 311, Rome, and Ocean Alley. They're these Australian guys.
Yeah.
Rip. Yeah, it's going to be
Some of the Aussies are fucking rad.
I love the Aussies. Dude.
Yeah.
I feel like I
bands.
should probably live
doesn't?
in Australia.
Yeah.
We
I
went
could do
to
that too.
We went to Mentwise, and like I was like, is that guy pro? Is that guy pro? Is that
Oh,
guy pro?
they serve so good. It's crazy.
Everybody served so good, and everybody's like, no, none of these guys are pro.
No.
Damn.
They're just normal
nobody-
dudes.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck,
It's heavy, dude.
What?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was like and they were all cool. Everybody knew it was up. In the men's, like, we had a good time. It was super crowded, but all the Aussies were super fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And it's easy
And
for them
they're
to get there too,
hilarious.
so they're always there.
They're funny and they party
They're
really
so
hard.
funny.
Yeah.
When I partied, we had some Australian friends come over. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of Americans that out party us, and we've proven that. We've fucked up bands bad. Like, we've ruined some bands like tours.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, we don't want to party with the Dirty Heads before. Like,
Yeah.
we
can't travel with
we
them.
put some people under the
Yeah.
fucking table.
We would have made it, but we went with Dirty Heads.
Yeah,
and we
serious.
quit.
Yeah, bro, I've had people break up with their girlfriends, or their
Yeah.
girlfriends break up with them. Like,
Yeah.
like we've just gotten people into some shit. But there's Australians when they come over and we're like, no, I don't want to party with you guys.
Yeah.
It's next level.
Yeah,
they're
100%.
animals. But
Dude,
I
what's
love
up? What's up with the new album? Dive into that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. The new album is coming out
Hear
June
it.
12th.
Okay.
We
Banging.
kept it lean. I think that there's only like 11 or 12 songs.
So a couple weeks.
We're gonna do a couple releases later, but like I said, like, we're 25 years in, and this is a no skip.
Yeah.
Like, we're so at the point where we're not going to listen to anybody. Nobody's going to be able to push us into some weird area where we're not
You guys aren't being
unsure of
dictated by
anything.
anything.
I'm
Right.
like, dude, we know exactly. There's no cutting room floor anymore, and there was cutting room floor because we were young. We're trying to figure shit
sure.
out. Let's put this out. Let's put that out. Let's try and learn. Maybe this
What
guy wants
sticks?
to. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then there's just other like voices outside saying you should do this and do that. And you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. Now it's like, no, we know exactly. I know exactly how I want every fucking
Love that.
song to sound. I know every sonic. I'm doing weird shit that the guys are like, what are you doing this album around? And then it'll come around and they'll see the vision. So I'm just proud of it. It's been killing it. Our fans are going to love it. And yeah, we're just super proud of it. It's called 7 Seas. It comes out June 12th. We have Soundboy Killa is the new song that's coming out with a video
Rad.
in like a couple days,
Sick.
so like new video, new album, new tour.
I think that's like the coolest thing in life, bro, for you to be sitting where you're at today and be able to be like, we know, like, I'm proud of this album because this is like who we are.
Yeah,
There's no one's dictating. We're not worried about how people are going to respond. Like, this is me. This
It's a
is
good
Dirty
feeling.
Heads. This is
Confident in
25
it.
years of fucking mistakes and wins and
Reps,
everything
dude.
put
Yep.
in a one.
Yep.
you
Nailed
know?
it.
Yep, it's all reps and the live show reps and the studio
Yeah.
reps, and it's all it is consistency and just time.
Yeah.
It's all fucking time, and just learning and sticking with it. And like, yeah, it's just a rad feeling. Like, we're fucking good, man. We're the shit. Like, we're original. We
you
got
are.
a great sound. We continue to stay original. We care, and I just want not only our music to progress, just music in general needs to progress, right?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And it's stagnant, and there's people doing amazing shit, and there's other music that I'm just bored with right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's push this.
Yeah.
I'm going to push this. I don't need to wait around for somebody
Yeah.
else to inspire me. So I'm taking shit from all sorts of other genres and and making it sound good with us. So
I think
I'm
that's
excited
probably
to listen to it.
like a huge turning point too. Like, getting in something so young that's so hard to make it. Like, you just want something to stick. You're looking for that break. Like, what's your take? Like, where's your mind at now obviously you kind of already talked about it a little bit, but like in the beginning, like the impact you guys wanted to be, maybe you just wanted to be fucking rock stars because you're fucking 19 years old and
Right.
you don't care about anything else. But being where you're at today, happy, healthy, fucking thriving, 20 years as a fucking band, like what does Dirty Heads want to leave behind? Like what impact? Like I feel like there's probably been so much change.
Yeah, once you know that you're like, we always knew we wanted to be a positive
Yeah.
band, right? Because like when
Feel
we
good,
grew up, a
positive.
feel good band, right?
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of them when we were growing up, so we were like, we like that vein. That feels good for us
Mm-hmm.
to listen to. I like listening to it. I like writing it, and it's cool because people can take that back. I love hardcore. I love death metal. I have abortion kid crusher like songs that are like,
Yeah.
what's the name of this song? Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
the
this is
fuck?
dark.
Yeah,
What
like
is going on here?
Skull crushing baby
Yeah.
newborn, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go to work and then
Yeah.
I'll work out.
Yeah.
So it's like there's music for
Time and
everything.
place.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like we knew that we wanted to be positive and have that positive message. But once you like get into it and people start leaving you messages, right? And like
Yeah.
then you meet people at meet and greets and like you can see it in their face and they're getting choked and you're like, what's up? You all right? And they tell you some story and you're like, oh, that was heavy. And this song changed my life. And this song helped
love
me. Or
that.
this song, my X, Y, and Z was listening to when they were, gonna pass away. Or
Yep.
like my grandma used this or that. Or I'm
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I got to take this a little bit more serious,
Right.
For sure.
right? I got to have a little bit more responsibility.
'Cause you have a huge
Not that I'm
impact.
some cool fucking dude that knows everything, whatever. I'm just writing music and doing what I know, but it is obviously helping people. So I'm going to be aware of that. I'm not going to change for that. But
Right.
that way that there's a weight to that and you want to be respectful of that.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's going to be songs where I'm talking about nonsense. Right. But, right now and in the future, like we're just gonna keep writing music that we like. Kind of. Once you start writing music for
you.
other people or
Yeah.
outside, I don't think it's gonna ever work.
Yeah.
But so we're always kind of writing music that we would listen to. Like I love being like, I'm gonna put this song out, and there's gonna be songwriters that are like, man, I'm jealous of that song.
Yeah.
because I hear songs where I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, I'm jealous
Yeah,
of that song.
for sure. For sure.
But also, like I said earlier, like one of my favorite things is knowing, like, I listen to Billie Holiday or some old 1940s shit that's just real classic or whatever, or and you're like, man, in like 300 years,
It's still
there
gonna
could
hit.
be some kid
Yeah.
like
Yep.
living in some future dystopia, like
Listening to Dirty Heads,
listening
dude.
to Dirty
Listening.
Heads because he broke up with his
Yeah.
chick or he's
Yep.
trying to get through some shit and he's like, I fucking love this crazy old
Yep.
band, Dirty Heads,
Yeah.
and like it helps him. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that's cool.
It's crazy.
So that's really cool for me. We're just like. Yeah, we're just, like I said, we got our families and we got our friends and, we just want to write music and stay healthy and
Yeah.
continue to do what we're doing and continue to progress music and progress us as a band but also like enjoy life and not live in fear about it.
100%, dude.
Before we were kind of like living in a lot of fear and that helped
It just
a
might be gone
lot.
tomorrow.
But you gotta like
Yeah.
chill on that at one point.
No,
That's
for
going to
sure.
get
Live
you
in the
really
moment.
far and then eventually it's going to start biting
Yep.
in the ass because then
Yeah.
you're gonna just like your decisions are you're gonna start needing to make decisions out of confidence, not out of fear. When
Right.
it's good to make decisions out of fear rather than confidence, when you don't have those reps and you don't have that
Yep.
time and you are
Yep.
these new young kids, you don't know everything, but you think you do.
Yeah.
Now that like people would be like, you know everything, I'm like, well, actually. I know nothing and I can learn more, but I am confident in certain areas. So now I'm going to make decisions out of confidence, not fear.
Not fear.
And that's where we're at. So we're just stoked to be here, dude.
It's the
Yeah.
coolest
We're
thing
just
ever.
stoked
dude.
to be playing music.
Still
and
stoked.
Still stoked.
That's
When we
all
were
that
out
matters.
311, dude, I'm fucking
311.
There
is
was a
sick.
fucking
311 is
10-year
amazing.
span of my life where I did nothing but listen to 311.
I love 311.
And like
311's
they're
great.
my buddies now.
Yeah. Isn't
That's
that cr- that-
crazy to me.
That's really cool.
I
You
was just
know?
gonna
That's
say,
really cool.
Fucking nuts.
That
Yeah.
shit has to trip you out.
It
'cause
trips me
It's
out all the time.
so
and
rad.
they're good dudes. They're just,
Yep.
they're good. They're humans too. That's what you mean.
Well,
And
the
you're
funny
like,
thing
fuck
is, they're
yeah.
probably like, Dirty Heads is sick, and I'm friends with Jared. But
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Like when you're like, bro, I grew up like skate videos. All
Yeah,
the,
Nick
it's just
Hexum's
cra-
just
it's
such
crazy,
a legend.
dude.
I
But
fuck
I
with
think
him.
that's the
He's
coolest
shredded
thing is
too,
just-
by the way. Nick Hexum is a fucking beast, dude.
Yeah.
He's like 50 something. He's
Damn.
shredded.
Good
He
for
works
him.
out every fucking day. Whatever him and his trainer do,
fucking works.
he's fit. dude.
It's working.
He is a fucking handsome older man. I'm like, geez, relax, dude.
dude.
Chill out, Nick. And he just he's an inspiring guy. So
I
yeah, we're
think
so
fitness
proud
is
of him.
jumping in everything, man.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
like, bro, skating, surfing, like you look at these, they train.
Oh, they train.
It's crazy. Like before it was just like when you guys got started, who
Cigs
can
and-
party the hardest?
Yeah,
like that's like we're the most badass because we could party harder than
Yep.
anyone else. Where these days it's like it doesn't matter what avenue you're in. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be your best.
Yeah, and
No.
there's always like that alternative, like anti, you know, like the baker guys and blah, 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 where there is the people that are smoking, but then there's still like dudes in that world that are part of those crews that are healthy and tatted up and still healthy. You don't, you don't have to be this square khaki dude that goes to the gym. Like it's for everybody, you know? So do push-ups.
Sweet.
I think one question I wanted to ask everybody, he'll be the first person to ask. Obviously, we started a company called Thank You. Everything that you've been talking about is so rad with like music. Like, and to me, it's like a huge part of the mantra of Thank You. It's culture isn't created, it's carried. You know, like everything, every band you've ever listened to, everywhere from where you grew up, the sports you grew up doing, you just turned it into your own. It's not like you created it, but you created your version of it, you know? So one question I wanted to ask, like, what does the word like thank you mean to you with like the life that you've lived?
That's a good question, and I love that. When you guys had the Say Thank You shirts, me and Kate were like, we got to get those because that's the one thing that I'm saying to my kids so much. We go to the liquor store for them to get say thank you. I'm telling,
Good manners.
and when they do it, and I don't tell them to do it, we're like,
Oh, it's the best.
You don't have to go to school tomorrow. You can do whatever. Like when you fucking have manners, and my kids do, they're killer with it.
Yeah.
It makes me so fucking happy because it is such a small thing that I think has been so lost. Is just like, as I think I travel so much, there's airports, there's all this that humans just. Where are the manners, dude?
Yeah,
Just small things. It's just saying thank you or getting out of the way or like, no, just okay, wait, it's not your group yet. You know? Things like that where it's just like, just say thank you, you know? Like it's such a small thing that you guys have taken, but it's so huge. It's such a small thing to just say thank you. But it's really fucking giant.
It is.
It's fucking giant. If you are a just say thank you person, we're gonna get along.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't trigger, like if that doesn't trigger something, then we're not
we can't
people,
be friends.
you know? We can't, you know,
It's
but like
the simplest thing to do, and it goes so
it means
far.
so much because it's how I want to be treated. It's I feel like it's giving respect to that human because I am a nice, kind person, and I want people to be nice and kind to me too, right? But like it means it is such a small thing to say, but it is so heavy and such a bigger thing because you can say thank you to the universe, you can say thank you to God, you can say thank you to your mom, you can say thank you to the stranger. For me, that shit changes a person's day,
100%.
right? Or it just shows me who you are. When my dad was like, you're going to shake a person's hand like this, and it's going to not be a dead face. Yeah, and you're going to take your hat off when you meet a woman or whatever. And people are like, that's all old-timey shit. I'm like, no, it's just manners, you know? It means a lot. So it's like whether you're thanking God, the universe, somebody at the liquor store, it is like a staple of who I want to be as a human being when it comes to my music, when it comes to me, when it comes to my kids and the people who surround me. It's say thank you is like,
I love
it's
that.
the shit.
Yeah,
That's who I want to like live my life as.
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
say
like
thank
the
you
best
person.
answer that we've
I'm
gotten.
definitely a say thank you person.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I'm at.
I feel like that's what you get to do for life. It's almost like you're saying thank you, dude. Like singing the songs that the people, your fans want to hear. It's like your way of saying thank you to everything
100%,
you do.
100%, man.
What show are we going to? Dude, what show?
Red
I'm
Rocks.
ready.
I would go to Red Rocks.
That's what
That's what Bud
Go to Red
from
Rocks, or if you
Sublime
want to go to
told
New
us.
York, New York is cool. Jones Beach in New York is cool. Everybody likes going to New York, you know, and all the people get to
We've
New York.
never been.
You know, pick New York is great. We're not playing New Orleans. That's usually fun. New Orleans is a good city.
So Red Rock.
Red Rocks is the one.
That's
though.
the one. I heard that's.
We've
I heard
heard
the
from
vibe. Like
multiple
It's
people.
magic. Whether it's us
there'll be
or
snow there and shit, and people.
yeah, I
are
mean,
just saying
it's
the
gonna be
vibe's
nice when we
crazy.
go. We could go run the stairs. You
Let's
know,
go.
it's like
Yeah.
we could get a little workout in before.
When's
but
that
like
show?
July. It's usually around July 4th.
Okay.
So we'll see. It might be July 1st or something. But I'll get you guys the grid. But there's a bunch. There's a bunch of anywhere in Colorado is cool. Pacific Northwest is cool, but we're doing that like next week. The Florida shows are fun. You know, the Florida shows are fun. Key West is cool. You know, St. Pete is cool.
Never been to Florida either.
Yeah, those are
Yeah, we
super
got
chill.
places to go.
We have places.
There's
to
a
go.
lot.
Where are people looking for the new album to drop? Obviously, you guys are promoting it.
Instagram, you know, at Dirty Heads, TikTok, Instagram, you know where to get it. DirtyHeads.com. Do people use .coms anymore? Go to @DirtyHeads.
I do.
You know, yeah, I do too. I'm like,
I'm trying to find
yeah,
something.
you got
We
it.
do.
But yeah,
I love
go
it.
get the album. Go pre-save it if it's out before
Yeah.
the album. That's really huge. We just had a label meeting about pre-saving. We're like, we know how pre-saves work, dude. What are you talking about?
25 years.
Algorithm. Okay. I hear
You lost
algorithm
me
one
now. I
more
got a team.
time. Yeah.
I got a team for that. So I love
Well,
it, bro.
Thank you guys. I am honored to be here.
Coming.
Honored to be here.
Means
Yeah.
a lot.
Anytime.
Beyond stoked. That's
Thank
it, dude. Episode 2 wrapped up. Episode really number 1. Technically, episode number 1.
let's go.
Yeah.
Episode
that
number
was
1.
an intro.
Jared.
That was a
Yes.
pre.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a preview.
Jared was the first one.
There we go.
Boom. That's it. Remember to say thank you.